All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone today? How is everyone today? Once again, this is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas with this inspirational morning walk. It's an inspirational morning walk. For first-time listeners, I just get some exercise in the mornings, and I just share my thoughts with you guys, whatever I'm inspired to talk about that day. But it's a beautiful day here. It's a beautiful day here. It's a little cold, about 37 degrees, but I still got to get outside and do some things, man. I can't let the weather stop me. I just got to keep moving. But yeah, it's still a beautiful day. A little cold, but once you put on the right clothing, you're okay, right? All the people in the cold countries know that. So anyhow, today is a beautiful day, and I hope it's nice wherever you are, and you can do what you need to do, and don't let the weather stop you, whatever the weather's like in your area. But today, since we're in the new year and people making the resolutions, I want to revisit something we talk about recognizing your gifts. Recognizing your gifts. Are you overlooking your gifts right now? Are you overlooking your gifts? Or have you recognized them and you're working in your gifts, right? Because what Proverbs 18:16 says, a man gifts can make room for him and brings him before great people, right? So do you know what's your gift? You recognizing it or you overlooking it every day? Because when you look at a little story here in the Bible where this family was very gifted in a particular area, but did not recognize it because of envy, right? Because of hate. They did not recognize the gift that they had, right? Good morning, Renita. Good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing? I hope all is well in your area. Hope all is well. So we're talking about gifts. We're revisiting the gifts, right? We're revisiting gifts. And if you're working in your gift, guys, right? So let's look at this family. Pamela Fontanelli, good morning. How are you? Jillian, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Since we beginning of this year, we want to revisit gifts and see if we're recognizing our gifts or we overlooking our gifts every day. Marcia Michael, good morning. How are you doing today? So let's look at this story, then we're going to discuss this thing, right? Remember Joseph's dream, right? In Genesis 37, talk about Joseph's dream, right? Joseph's dream. Let's look into it. Remember Joseph's brothers, their father Israel had the 12 sons, right? You remember Joseph was the youngest one, and they didn't like him because the father liked Joseph a little bit more than them. He was the youngest one and married to, was born to his wife that he really loved, Rachel, right? And they didn't like him at all. So let's look into his story here and see how gifted these guys were. This whole family was and didn't recognize it, right? Let's start from but 3. So Jacob, which name was changed to Israel, right, loved Joseph more than any of his other children because Joseph was born to him in his old age. So one day Jacob had a special gift made for Joseph, a beautiful robe. But his brothers hated Joseph because the father loved him more than the rest of them. They could not say a kind word to Joseph, so they hated the brother, right? They hated the brother, didn't like him for many reasons. Got the father show more favoritism to him. Then the father used to always send him out to see what the brothers are doing, and he bring back word what the brothers are doing, like spying on the brothers' behalf. So the brothers didn't like him at all, right? So one night Joseph had a dream. We on Genesis 37:5. One night Joseph had a dream, and when he told his brothers about it, they hated him more. They hated him more than ever. Listen to this dream, he said. This is Joseph telling them. Listen to this dream I had, guys. We were out in the field tying up bundles of grain. Suddenly my bundle stood up, and your bundles all gathered around and bowed low before mine. You know, the tying up the wheat in the fields, how they would do it, tie them up in bundles after they cut them. And he said his bundle stood up and all the other bundles gathered around and bowed before mine, right? But here now, Joseph, that's all the dream. Joseph is a little kid, as a little boy. He have no idea what his dream. He just know he had a dream, just like a lot of us. But we can get into dreams today. But just like a lot of us having these dreams and have no idea, right? So, but here his brother said, his brothers responded, so you think you will be our king? Do you? Do you actually think you will reign over us? And they hated him all the more because of his dream and the way he talked about them. The way he talked about them meaning the dreams, right? So Joseph had this dream. Joseph never said, I'll be king over you, I'll reign over you. But these guys had an awesome gift of interpretation, dream interpretation, that they did not realize. They did not realize the awesome gift that they had of dream interpretation. Joseph never said it. Joseph don't even understand the dream. He just said, hey, I had this dream. It sounds weird to me too, but I don't know why a bundle of what they call it here, the bundle of grain will be bowing. Now, he didn't have a clue, but this family is so gifted, but because they wrap up in hate for the brother, none of them had dawned on them and say, hey, you know what? We can actually interpret dreams. It never did dawn on them. So let's go on again. So Joseph had another dream, and again he told his brothers about it. Listen, I had another dream, and he said, the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars bow low before me. This time, all right, let's come back. I had a little bit of internet issues there, so I changed kind of position to see if it worked better. But yes, so we gone on to Genesis 37:10 now. So this time he told the dream to his father. I don't know if you guys catch that, but let me go back from 9. Soon Joseph had another dream, and again he told his brothers about it. Listen, I have another dream, he said. The sun, the moon, and the 11 stars bow low before me. This time he told the dream to his father as well. He told the dream to his father as well and to his brothers. But his father scolded him. In some other translations, he rebuked him. What kind of dream is that, he asked. Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow to the ground before you? But while his brothers were jealous of Joseph, his father wondered what the dream meant. You see, the father had a little father say, what does dream mean? This guy telling us. Because you see, the father had this gift of interpretation. They probably inherited it from the father. But none of them recognized it, right? Because he said the moon, the 11 stars. So he know the greater light is him, the father, the lesser light is the mother, and the 11 stars was his 11 brothers. And if they're bowing down to him, it's something about this dream. And that's the next thing, guys, when we get into talk about dreams. There's a little tip. When you get in a dream that's recurring like this, it's different characters, it's a different situation, but it pretty much adding up to the same thing. It's a dream meanings, it's confirmation. Something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. It's giving you confirmation of something, right? I remember God said he talked to us in dreams in Job. When he speak once, he speak twice, and then if you still don't perceive it in the middle of the night. Anyhow, but I want to ask people if they recognize their gifts or they're overlooking their gifts like this family here because they're wrapped up in hate for their brother. It never dawned on them, man, we could actually interpret dreams. Poor Joseph didn't have a clue what his dream mean. He didn't ask for these dreams. He didn't ask for these dreams. And he was telling them innocently what is his dream, and they interpret these dreams and getting upset because of the interpretation, what they come up with, right? So I'm asking you right now, are you overlooking your dreams right now? I know a lot of you guys out there who listening to me, you probably the one in the family where everybody calling up and with their problems and asking you for how should they handle it. Hey, and you might get frustrated sometime. Oh man, but you know what? That's your gift. Maybe, just maybe, that's your gift right there. You got a gift that you ain't recognize. Why do you think these people calling you up? Why do you think the whole everyone, friends, family, you go somewhere, people just see you and they look like you're like the problem solver. You could, and when they take your advice and they listen to you and they take your advice and go and execute what you say, they're successful and they keep coming back. Don't overlook that gift like this family here. Don't overlook that gift that you have, right? That's a gift. That's why they're seeing that spirit in you that can help them and they feel comfortable listening to you. I might give them the same advice, they may not listen to it. But if you give them the advice, to listen to it. So that's a gift. Some of your kids in school right now getting in trouble for the same thing. What is their gift? They might be talking, always getting in trouble for talking in school. And you're whooping them, and teachers whooping them, not knowing that is their gift. They probably could be good at public speaking. Some job with speaking is involved in, they're probably be good at. But right now, they're being punished for it. They're being punished. And it's probably their gift, right? Probably their gift. It's just like Martin Lawrence, he talked this story in one of the things before, when he was always getting in trouble in school because he always used to like making jokes. He always used to like making jokes in the class, and all the teacher labeled him as bad and never finishing his work, and he always getting a bad rep until one teacher recognized that gift in him. And she said, Martin, do your work, and after you finish, after every class, I can give you about 5, depends on how much time I have, but at least 5 minutes to come up in front there and tell your jokes to the class. And that thing changed him around. And he told the teacher, he said, when I make it big, I'm going to buy you whatever you want. And he went on to be a great comedian. He went on to be one of the best comedians that we know here in the U.S., right? So sometimes your gift, don't overlook that simple things that come normal to you. And I know some people too would get so frustrated because something come easy to them and it doesn't come easy to someone else, and they're getting frustrated. How can you see that? This stuff is so simple. You do this, you do this, you do that, you go here. You can't see this clearly. You need to do this or you need to do that. And thing comes so easy to you. And you might be frustrated. Why somebody else can't see this? Why this is so simple? It's not simple to everyone. It's simple to you because it's your gift. Because it's your gift, it come that simple to you. I see people have some jobs where you're wondering, is this really a job? People got a big business helping people fill out some form, or just some simple things what might look simple to you if you have the knowledge to do it. But it's a business to other people because everyone doesn't have that gift. It don't come that easy to everyone. It comes easy to you. So I'm telling you, search yourself in this new year. Search yourself in this new year. See that thing that comes so easy to you. And when you're doing it, you're excited and happy doing it. When you're doing it, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like work. Maybe that's your gift. That's your gift. Because when you're working in your gift, you're free. You're happy, you're comfortable, you're at peace. It doesn't matter how hard it is. It's just like a lot of these people who in the military, right? A lot of them in the military, they, most of them, a lot of them, who's the real career military personnel, they're excited to go to a war. They're excited to go to a war, to get deployed and go and defend their country. You might say, man, you crazy, what you want to get deployed for? That's so dangerous, and that's what they live for. That's their gift. That's the thing they're born to do. But to you, you're like, I would never do that. But to them, they want to do that. So I'm asking you today, look in yourself in this new year, when you're making these resolutions, recognize that gift. If you haven't recognized it yet, and you could ask God to help you recognize your gift so you can live in it. Because you remember what Proverbs 18:16 said, your gift will make room for you and put you in front of great men, right? It will put you in front of great men. And if you look at the same Joseph story here in the Bible, he went on, and that same gift, God, the gift wasn't manifested in him as yet, but later on when he was put in prison and all that, for all who know the story, when the gift did manifested in him, and he interpreted those dreams for those two guys in prison, is that same gift. That's Proverbs 18:16 come to light there. That same gift is what get him in front of the Pharaoh to interpret a dream for the Pharaoh. And then he become the same leader where he was dreaming about, and his family did come back and bow down before him, right? So your gift is going to make room for you guys. Your gift is going to make room for you and usher you in front of great people. So go on in this new year, try and recognize that gift if you haven't found it yet. And don't overlook that simple thing that might be coming easy to you and not to anyone else. And that's a good indication. This just may be my gift. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there today. So go on. We'll talk again on Friday. Recognize those gifts. And it will put you in front of great people. It will make room for you. That's the thing. It's going to give you a big, big breakthrough.